What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? The name is Matt and I am back with another video. And in this video I'm going to show you guys how to play DOS games on your computer. You know, those old computer games from the late 80s and the 90s. Of course, some of you guys may be familiar with that, with DOS, and it's pretty cool games. This was back when computer games were very, very awesome. The 2D graphics, the 3D graphics as well, like Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. Another of my favorite DOS games. I'm gonna show you how to play that. We're gonna play all these type of games. We're gonna be using a emulator called DOSBox, which is one of my favorite emulators that I've used, and I've used it for a couple years now. Actually, many years. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to set up DOSBox. And before we get started, of course, like this video and then subscribe to my channel if you're new to this channel, and of course also follow my socials as well, my TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram. I'm also live on Twitch, so check out my Twitch channel. And other than that, let's get straight into our video of how to set up DOSBox. Alrighty, first things first, go on the website on DOSBox.com, which is in the description that I've put. And then I already have it installed, so once you have it downloaded and installed, just go to DOSBox, and this is the original version of DOSBox. What's also pretty cool is that DOSBox also supports controller support. In other words, DOSBox has controller support. So what you do is we need to go to the key mapper, which is Control F1, and then you're gonna, of course, like bind your controller buttons to your keyboard to mimic your keyboard, of course, which is pretty cool. And that's one feature that I want to show you guys. And now I'm going to show you the most important step, how to play games. And one of the most important steps, this is very important, we need to mount the C drive. And how do we do that? By using this simple command, by typing in mount C :/ and then wherever you stored your DOS games. And if I remember correctly, it's hang on a bit while I go to my directory real quick. And desktop PC. And once you have your directory set, you're gonna simply just press enter. Oh man, yeah, I might have had my directory backwards. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, once you have that, hit enter, and it's gonna and the C drive is already mounted. And to get to your game, now you simply just switch to the C drive, of course, by hitting C:, and then of course we're in our C drive. And then I put my installed DOS games in my in separate folders. So to get to it, we're gonna type in dir, which is short for directory. And then as you can see, these are all the DOS games that I have. For instance, I want to do Cool Spot. So, and to do that, and like I said, I put it into separate folders, which I highly recommend when you're setting up DOS games, so that way you won't have it in like all in one folder, which is comes out pretty messy. And I like to keep my games organized, so I highly recommend do that. And to get to our game, of course, we set our directory. Now we need to set our directory to the game that we want to play. And to do that, we need to type in cd, which stands for change of directory. And for instance, we're gonna do Cool Spot, cd Cool Spot, and then hit enter. and then we're in our folder of our game that we want to play. And next we need to type in dir again, and we need to type in the exe or bat file, which is the file to your game. So type in dir and then look for the exe or bat file. And mine's is an exe file, so just basically type in, mine's is spot.exe. You can also type it in without the extensions, which I do a lot. So once you've done that, hit enter, and then voila, here is your DOS game running on your modern PC using DOSBox. And now, to get to full screen, of course you can hit Alt Enter, and then I'm gonna do, and here we have Cool Spot. I'm gonna do like a quick run through to see, to show you guys some gameplay of the DOS game running on modern PC. And of course, the controls are the same as your keyboard. Of course, your arrow keys to move and the Alt button to jump, and control button to shoot. Depends on your game. Your controls might be a little different. And I'm gonna do like one more run through. And yeah, that's pretty much how you can set up DOS games on your computer and play DOS games using DOSBox. And I want to also show you guys, before we end this video, some alternatives of DOSBox, some other versions of DOSBox. There's one called DOSBox X, and I'll put a link in the description to download it. And I already have it installed, so I'll use that. And what's different about this, of course, the startup screen is different. The home screen is a little descriptive as the original version of DOSBox. It's a little different. And there are some cool features that I like about this version. And one cool feature that you can also adjust the video drivers. You can adjust the aspect ratio to make it widescreen, you know. And well, another cool feature that I like about this version of DOSBox is that it's more easier. You can actually map your directory of where you put your DOS games without having to type in the command as I did with the original version of DOSBox. And to do that, of course, we're going to click on Drive, and then C, and then click on Mount Folder as Hard Drive. And as before, navigate to wherever you put your DOS games. Of course, this is my directory folder and my subfolders as well. So click that. You click OK, and your C drive is now mounted. You don't even have to type it in. Isn't that pretty cool? And to simply run our game, of course, as before, we just type in C:, to switch to our C drive, directory to see what game, dir to see what game do we want to play, and this time we CD to change our directory, and this time, to change our subfolders. Let's do Syndicate. So we're gonna type in Syndicate as shown here, and then click enter, and then run our exe or .bat file. And there we go. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. If you're a huge retro gaming fan like me, especially about DOS games, old computer games, you'll love emulators such as these. And I'll also have a lot of other tutorials of how to set up emulators, so stay tuned for that. And to go to full screen, you just hit F11 and F on your keyboard, And I'm gonna do a quick run through on Syndicate real quick to show you guys the awesomeness of playing DOS games on your computer, on your modern PC. And I only have this stupid pistol. You could also like switch guns, like shotguns and machine guns in this game. I've played this one time on my Twitch stream, and yeah, it was pretty fun. I might do it again in the future in my future Twitch streams. Try to kill this guy. And I just picked up 2 guns. Basically, in this game, you just gotta kill the boss. And look at that. We beat the first boss. And yeah, that's pretty much how to set up DOSBox. And also one more alternative that you can use. You could also use DOSBox on RetroArch. So I already have RetroArch installed, and I have a tutorial of how to set RetroArch up. So be sure to check that out first before setting DOS up. And what you're gonna do is load the core, and if you don't have it, scroll down when you hit load core, sorry, and then scroll all the way down and click download a core. And of course there are a couple cores to choose from, which is based off of other emulators for that specific console, as I explained in my RetroArch tutorial, which I have in my channel. And of course you have 3 different cores to choose from, all based off of DOSBox, DOSBox Core, Pure, and the SVN build, which I have all 3. I use the SVN build the most because of course it has more features like DOSBox X. And of course, to get to your DOS games, you're gonna go to your directory wherever you store your DOS games, your subfolders, and yada yada yada. And let's do Pac-Man this time. And of course, you're gonna go to your DOS file. It could also be a .com file instead of a .exe or .bat. So click on that, and then select your DOS core, which is SVN or Core or the Pure DOSBox, and then here we have our DOS game here. And I just hit game focus on by hitting scroll lock on my keyboard. And F1 to start the game, or depending on whatever game, on how you start it. And yeah, we're playing some old school Pac-Man. And this is one of the first DOS games I played when I was a kid. I gotta get the cherry, But yeah, I'm gonna stop here. And yeah, that's pretty much how to set up DOSBox, and also use DOSBox X and DOSBox and RetroArch to play old school MS-DOS games, old school computer games right on your modern PC, which is pretty cool. I hope you guys find this tutorial very helpful, and I hope you guys enjoy this video as well. And be sure to stay tuned for my other videos. Of course, once again, subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on my socials for more Matt R Plays content. And yeah, with that being said, this is Matt from Matt R Plays saying have a good day, night, or whatever. And I'll see you guys on the next video. And with that, peace out and game on.